I will be here for a couple of hours, as we are every day, Monday through Friday, live 9:06 a.m. Eastern to 10:57 and a little bit of change somewhere in there. Round about 9 to 11 in round numbers. And the show does air at different times in different markets, so you may be picking this up a little later in the day or who knows, wherever. It's okay, so you catch it. We have a guest today. Dominique Ostrander's around. She'll be showing up here shortly. And I've alluded to and I've mentioned that I've been working on this series on weight loss. And along the way, when you start to do a project like that, you're focused on this one theme, you start to pick up bits and pieces, tidbits, and interesting little tidbits that you store away or might use, weave it into the narrative that you're trying to tell. It'll be a series, so it'll be more than one piece, but and it's weight loss. I mean, you talk about an expansive area. My goodness, there's so much to talk about. And it's filled with, there's the science of weight loss, and then there's the silliness of weight loss, too. Some of that silliness can be dangerous and get people into a lot of trouble. But, I make little notes as I come across an article. Like I came across this one, here's just some bits and pieces that I picked up, and I thought I'd share with you. What percent, let me ask Katie, because I asked Gary earlier, what percent of diets fail? What percent of diets do you think fail?
I would say that's probably a pretty high number, like 72?
You were higher than Gary. This one source I was looking at has it at 95%.
Oh, wow.
And I've written, and I'll include it in this series on going on a diet and regaining weight.
Failing as in it doesn't work, or they didn't complete it?
Failing in that they didn't lose the weight, or they lost the weight and then regained it back within 1 to 5 years.
Okay. I believe that.
Success in weight loss means permanent weight loss. Permanent. Now, is permanent weight loss achievable? That's the question. Permanent is a long time. Although with hair permanence, they don't last very long. They are impermanent, which has always confused me. There's nothing permanent about having to do this people having permanence. 75% of American women who have been surveyed have unhealthy thoughts, feelings, or behaviors related to food or their bodies.
I can believe it.
91% of women recently surveyed on a college campus attempted to control their weight through dieting. 22% dieted often or always. That's a low number. That may sound high to you.
That actually surprises me. I feel like a lot of college kids are really into that right now, which surprises me.
Big time.
Well, there's that freshman 15 they always talk about, too.
Yeah.
You know what that is, Doc?
Gain 15 pounds.
As a freshman, yep.
Yeah, stress. And eating regular meals at wherever. Or maybe, I don't know what they're eating, junk. My numbers are a little different as to the number of people that may be on a diet. Although they just looked at college students. I'm looking at my notes here.
On campus or off campus?
I don't know. They didn't say. We have, when you look, all right, so here's the context. Think about the overweight and obesity epidemic. That's been in play now, really got kick-started about 4 decades ago, where it really started to ramp up, and we see this, if you graph it, you'll see a linear rise in overweight and obesity. We're now at a place where nearly 71.6% of adults, call it 72%, whatever, 20 or older are either overweight or obese. We now have more obese people than overweight people.
Okay.
39.8% are obese. Call that 40%. 4 out of every 10 people that you see walking down the street at random should be obese. 31.8%, called 32%, are overweight. So now we have more people obese than overweight. If you do the math, and it's not hard math, 28.4% of adults 20 years of age and older in the United States is at a healthy weight. That's it. 28%. The rest, not so much. Just wrap your head around that for a second. Only 20, just little over a quarter of the population is at a healthy weight. That means 3/4 is either overweight or obese.
That's a lot.
I mean, if you really ponder that, what that really means, and it means so many different things. You can go anywhere you want with that. You can go, is it sustainable in terms of health care? The answer is no. The conditions and diseases associated with being overweight and obese, it's a long list, and it's a formidable list. You can include every major disease you know. Heart disease, cancer, go down the line. And so if you have 75% of the population overweight or obese, odds are that those people in the long run are going to get sicker sooner. And they need medical care. The medical complex, the medical industrial complex, does not have the wherewithal to do it because of insurance. That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It caves in on itself. There's no way. You think insurance is expensive now? Wait. Those actuarial tables, I mean, those bean counters are mathematicians and statisticians. It's the numbers. And if you have more people using medical insurance, what in the order for the insurance company to make a profit, it has to do what? Increase the premiums. And you get to a point where you can't afford the premiums. I forget what percent of the population, their health insurance is the emergency room, where they walk into the emergency room and they have to treat you. No insurance. That's a big number. I don't know what that number is, but there's many like that. In other words, these are people that don't have insurance, can't afford it, don't believe in it, don't care, whatever. So this business about weight loss implicates so many different things. Weight loss is situated, in my view, within this context, what I call the overweight obesity epidemic, not just the obesity epidemic. It's both. All obese people are overweight, but not all overweight people are obese. These are different concepts. Obesity clearly is a more dangerous health condition. No doubt about it. Hands down, 100%. Overweight, the problem with keep saying obesity epidemic, we're diminishing the importance of being overweight. Carrying around 10, 15, 20 pounds that you don't need to carry around. It'll affect the quality of your life and how long you live. Overweight is serious business too. LTN Coast to Coast and globally.
Garlic Immune Formula 103 combines immune-boosting nutrients with aged garlic extract. Aged garlic extract has been clinically shown to support a healthy immune response and reduce both the duration and severity of cold and flu symptoms. Help me protect you with Kyolic supplements and nutritional drink mixes to fortify your immune health today. Available at fine natural health retailers.
The science of psychology tells us there is a connection between looking more attractive and having more self-confidence. One way to look more attractive is to have healthy-looking hair. Ridgecrest Herbal's award-winning Hair Revive can support healthy, attractive hair. Hair Revive is formulated with a stress-fighting complex, hair growth ingredients, a hormone balancing complex, and Chinese herbs. Taken together, the ingredients in Hair Revive promote hair growth, encourage healthier, thicker-looking hair, and support recovery from damaging hairstyling techniques, harsh chemicals, and daily stress. So start looking more attractive with healthier, thicker, and shinier hair with Ridgecrest Herbal's Hair Revive. Visit rcherbals.com for more information or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad. That's 1-800-242-4649. This is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. Way too often, dietary supplements cost way too much. Not so at Vitamin Discount Center. Here's why. VDC sells leading national brands up to 50% off MSRP every day. Competitors' prices are matched for identical products with proof of price. If you're in the military or are a first responder, you get an additional 10% off VDC's already discounted prices. VDC even offers case discounts. And you can get connected with VDC's VIP mobile text program for additional savings and customer rewards throughout the month. The choice is clear. You can save at Vitamin Discount Center. For a store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Want to get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult? Try PGX from Natural Factors. This revolutionary product is clinically shown to help people achieve their ideal body weight in a safe, natural way. PGX helps you feel full for hours, dramatically reduces the glycemic index of any food or meal, and ultimately causes the release of the compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. 1, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and 2, improving the action of the hormone insulin. As medical doctor Mark Hyman said in his best-selling book, Eat Fat, Get Thin, if you choose to use only one supplement, PGX is the most important. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, you need the tremendous support of PGX from Natural Factors. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, visit pgx.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. North American Herb and Spice, wellness for life. Natural Factors, where great health begins. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
A survey of college students found they would prefer to marry an embezzler, drug user, shoplifter, or blind person than someone who is fat. Close quote. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition.
They do realize that the drug user's probably skinny because they're on drugs, right?
Or, yeah.
That seems logical.
I'm not commenting.
During puberty, most girls' bodies need to gain on average 10 inches and 40 to 50 pounds, including more body fat. All right? What's interesting here, these are things I'm sharing with you, little tidbits that I've picked up in writing this series on weight loss. What's interesting is that a female, young woman, needs, they call them, I'm reading scientific literature, they call them females. I mean, it's a woman. or a girl. Females need 17% body fat in order to menstruate for the first time and 22% to have regular cycles. Okay, so think about that. They need body fat, 17% or when they first start, and what did I say, 22% to have regular menstrual cycle. The attitudinally, though, young girls, even young girls, high school girls, and then college women have attitudes about weight and weight gain and dieting that violate what's necessary for them to be healthy. Half of teenage girls and 1/4 of teenage boys are dissatisfied with their bodies regardless of their weight, height, or shape. Body image, right? The number gets higher when they start to put on weight and they fall into the category of being overweight, and then they start to obsess on this. Let's see. Over half of the females studied in this one survey between 18 and 25 would prefer to be run over by a truck, they said, than to be fat. And 2/3 would choose to be mean or stupid rather than be fat. That's a quote from this survey. I mean, in other words, you will put your life at risk. You will drop your values. You will act unprincipably. You will think unprincipably. If you had to choose, then be fat. Then be fat. And that's the word they use in this one survey. I don't like that word, but I'm quoting. These are facts and figures that I picked up. I got these from Council on Size and Weight Discrimination. There is such a website.
Oh, there is weight discrimination. I can tell you right now.
No doubt. You should be aware of that.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it goes both ways.
I was just about to speak up and say that, and I preach that constantly. It is just as offensive to tell someone they need to put the cheeseburger down than to tell someone they need to go eat a cheeseburger. I cannot stand when people come up to me and tell me, you need to eat more, as if like I don't know that.
No, you're fine.
It is true that people don't think of it like that, and it does go both ways.
That's the point I wanted to make, that we can discriminate against people for being overweight and then not being too thin. Now, there's a difference between being thin, Katie is thin, small of frame, than being anorexic.
Mm-hmm.
I was standing in my kitchen over the weekend, and where the sink is a lovely window that looks out onto a preserve. It turns out that the mailbox for one of the mailboxes is right across I live in the cul-de-sac, and it's on the other side of the cul-de-sac, and I can see the mailboxes. It's like 25 feet from my house, 50 feet. The car pulls up, and this woman gets out. If she weighed 75, 80 pounds, I stopped what I was doing. I mean, I couldn't believe what I saw. And I have never seen this woman in the neighborhood. And then I watched where the car went, and she lives right down the street from me. She is in a lot of trouble. She is clearly anorexic. That's the other side of the story. And it comes up because of this obsession with thinness, this obsession with losing weight, the obsession with gaining weight, the obsession the frequency of cycling, where you lose weight, you regain it, lose weight, regain it, keep cycling. We have put our young people, we put young adults into a psychological and emotional nightmare, not just physiological. This business of weight loss, I mean, to say that we're obsessed with thinness is an understatement. You see this throughout surveys. You have girls in grade school who are already obsessing about their weight. You have girls, and they're not women yet, they're girls or young women in high school who are contemplating plastic surgery already.
Contemplating it? No, they're getting it.
They're doing it.
My 16-year-old, she told me the other day that yes,
They're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And the parents,
paying for it. The 16-year-old birthday party present.
And it's all about image, self-image, self-worth, identity. This is one of the unintended consequences of our relationship with food. And nobody wants to think about, not nobody, people don't like to, or they don't think about it that way. They see these as a psychological, emotional problem. It is. But you have to track back to how do we create this? What's the context?
Don't be stressed out or anxious. And leaves you feeling energetic and ready to take on the day. To place your order, to find out where to find Happenall in your area, call 1-800-243-5242, 800-243-5242, or visit us at oregonol.com.
1250 WHNZ. Online at WHNZ.com. On your phone with the iHeartRadio app. And on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. An iHeartRadio station.
Hey friends, this is Frank Cotto, the host of the Business Happy Hour. Myself, Ryan Pelkey, and Doug Ford will be live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. We're the #1 show for business and entrepreneurship in Tampa, so tune in every Wednesday on 1250 live at 11 a.m.
News on 1250 WHNZ.
President Trump is heading to one of Florida's most reliable Republican strongholds. Trump will be in the Villages August 6th for a Medicare event. Clearwater Marine Aquarium is hoping to reunite the 2 pilot whales that were rescued from Reddington Beach with the other 3 that were also saved but returned to deep water in the Gulf.
These are highly social animals, so mass stranding basically means that there's multiple animals that have hit the beach. So that's not completely uncommon for this species, but it is a rare incident.
Marine biologist Jessica Powell says the 2 whales are under observation in Tarpon Springs. A Volusia County beekeeper believes his hives are being poisoned. Horace Bell of DeLand estimates as many as 7 million bees may have been killed. The 73-year-old's offering a $30,000 reward for information on who's responsible. With Florida's news, I'm Chris Trankman.
From the 1250 WHNZ Florida Central Auto Loans Traffic Center.
A wreck on southbound East Lake Road at Tarpon Woods Boulevard blocking a couple lanes. Also, we're seeing delays still on westbound I-4 through the Ybor City area from before 22nd Street to 275, and a crash being cleared in Pinellas County on southbound Belcher at 118th. See traffic problems, call the injury firm Abrahamson Uterick Hillsborough traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America invites you to take steps for cures at a walk event near you. Support the 1.6 million Americans living with these diseases. Get started at cctakesteps.org.
Pros do it right by choosing trusted brands like Zinsser and Little Giant. Lowe's is here to help by stocking those brands at savings you can count on every day. For over 150 years, Zinsser has been the problem solver professionals trust to make the job easier. Pick up a gallon of Zinsser Bullseye 2 Primer Plus Sealer today for as low as $17.08. And we now offer the Little Giant King Combo Ladder, the world's first step, extension, and leaning ladder for only $159. For your next job, and every job after, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. U.S. only.
At Fidelity, we believe nothing should come between you and your money. So we're introducing zero account fees with zero minimums to open an account. All because we want you to invest with zero trade-offs. Visit fidelity.com/value to learn more. Zero account minimums and zero account fees apply to retail brokerage accounts only. Expenses charged by investments such as funds and managed accounts and for commissions, interest charges, or other expenses for transactions may still apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, member NYSE, SIPC.
From the Weather Center, Abrahamson and Uterwick. See the results. TheEnjoyLawyers.com. Pinellas Hillsborough.
Your Tampa Bay forecast, mostly sunny and hot with a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 92. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 78. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a 30% rain chance with a high 92. For more news, weather, and traffic, tune to WFLA at 94.5 in St. Pete, 105.9 in Tampa, or 99.1 in Newport Richey.
This report is brought to you by Stand Up to Cancer.
I'm Tony Goldwyn. 20 years ago, when my mom had lung cancer, she didn't have many choices. But today, you do. If you've been diagnosed with lung cancer, please visit standuptocancer.org/lung cancer to learn more.
Dana Lash and the Dana Show on 1250 WHNZ.
Game of Thrones the last episode had a racial problem because they treated people, brown people, like they were expendables, what they said. And by the way, somebody sent me a thing that said, stop talking about Game of Thrones. Nobody wants to hear that. Well, then I suggest you go find your old man radio show. Feel free to turn the dial.
The Dana Show. Weeknights 10 to midnight on 1250 WHNZ.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Ridgecrest Herbals, take your health to a higher elevation. Ancient Nutrition, nutrition for a modern world. Reviva Labs, the natural skincare authority. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dominique Ostrander is our guest today. Bring her on in a second. I just wanted to I'm sharing with you some of the little tidbits that I have found as I'm writing this series on weight loss, and I'm learning a lot, and I like to share it. It'll appear in the articles as they unfold in the series. Of course, some of these may make it into the pieces, some of it may not. Some of these facts I'm sharing with you. I've said that. And I believe that the overweight obesity epidemic is a driving force for our what has become a national obsession with weight loss. I would say that it's a weight loss movement, and it's a formidable one. The weight loss industry, the annual gross income or whatever they make in that market is $59 billion. Think about what I just said. It's $59 billion a year. That is the equivalent of the economies, the gross domestic product of 63 different countries. And it's more than some of the gross domestic product of certain countries, I think like Guatemala, Kenya, Lebanon. They don't even have a gross domestic, they don't have a GDP of $59 million. So the weight loss industry has achieved great success financially. Dieters, in my opinion, have experienced a commensurate degree of failure in losing weight. And that's a topic I'll address in the series. This is not an aesthetic issue. And we call it an epidemic. It's a crisis. It truly is. On a health talk show like this, you put a spotlight on it. The national media addresses it. Everybody talks about it. It's like a train wreck that they know is going to happen every day at a certain time, and it keeps happening over. It's Groundhog Day every day. It's what it is.
Groundhog Day is my birthday. Side note.
Okay, we'll remember that.
I feel like that was important.
We'll do it over. We'll do it over and over and over again. But that's what's going on every single day, and we become numb to it. I'll repeat this stat again. Only 28% of the adults 20 years of age and older are at a healthy weight. only 28%.
Insane.
It should be the other way around. It should be, 75% of the population should be at a healthy weight, 25% at an unhealthy weight, either overweight or obese. It's flipped.
I'm curious how much the numbers have climbed like in the past years.
Okay. Well, funny you should ask. I can tell you for sure, Katie, that over the last 3 decades, childhood obesity has tripled.
And I feel like right now, where we are right now, there's so many like healthy grocery stores, at least in the area we live in. I don't know. It just seems like the numbers should be going down. It blows my mind that they're tripling.
They're not going down. Because I'll say one more thing, then I want to bring Dominique on. When you look at the causal chain and you try to figure out what's going on, it's the food culture. The general population's relationship with food is so unhealthy and aberrant. They're eating food that inspires weight gain and to put you on a path to overweightness or obesity. And overweight is serious as all get out too. It's not just obesity. So in writing this series, I'm even more stunned. I'm looking at some of these statistics. 35% of occasional dieters progress into pathological dieting and disordered eating. As many as 25% of dieters advance to full-blown eating disorders. The paradox is flying around all over the place. In the attempt to lose weight, they become sicker in other ways. Dominique Ostrander is my guest, educator for Jar Formulas. Dominique, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. I know you were eavesdropping on that. I saw on the computer that you were holding. You have any general reaction to my comments? Dominique. Hello? Are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. You have any? Welcome to the show. Do you have any general thoughts or feelings or comments about what I was just saying?
Well, it's not surprising, honestly. The 28% of adults at a normal weight doesn't surprise me at all.
That's a fresh number, by the way. That comes from the CDC. That's not something I picked out as some dumpster fire research outfit. This is from the CDC. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not surprising, in all honesty, at all. I don't, it's funny because the more, not funny, but funny, ironic.
Ironic, yeah.
It's ironic. It seems that the more we know about foods and their benefits and proper supplementation and exercising, the numbers don't seem to, at any time, correlate with the amount of information that we have and the access to information that we have.
Well, this is why you make a wonderful point. This is why I keep saying on this show that I and the producers are not here to inform you. Now, guests show up wanting to inform. My agenda is to persuade. Giving people information is not enough. You're 100% on the mark, Dominique. There's more information in the blogosphere, the social media sphere, the television and radio, the media sphere, than we have sense. And it seems you're right. The more information, the worse things have gotten. It's crazy.
Exactly.
It's crazy because information's not enough. People don't know what to do with the information. Much of the information is sideways and wrong, and this is hard to do. Losing weight is one of the most difficult things to do.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. We're obsessed with thinness, and we're obsessed with losing weight.
Well, we're obsessed with food, too. That's the other part of this.
Well,
we're obsessed with the
what-
aesthetics of being thin.
Well, you say we're obsessed with food. I don't see any. That needs clarification. I don't think there's an obsession for carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, fruits and vegetables, legumes. There's no obsession there, but we'll have Dominique explain to you what she means. I know what she means. We'll be back, LTN Coast to Coast.
or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
The science of psychology tells us there is a connection between looking more attractive and having more self-confidence. One way to look more attractive is to have healthy-looking hair. Ridgecrest Herbal's award-winning Hair Revive can support healthy, attractive hair. Hair Revive is formulated with a stress-fighting complex, hair growth ingredients, a hormone balancing complex, and Chinese herbs. Taken together, the ingredients in Hair Revive promote hair growth, encourage healthier, thicker-looking hair, and support recovery from damaging hairstyling techniques, harsh chemicals, and daily stress. So start looking more attractive with healthier, thicker, and shinier hair with Ridgecrest Herbal's Hair Revive. Visit rcherbals.com for more information or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad. That's 1-800-242-4649.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
Did you know that you have 3 brains? Yes, you heard right. Exciting new research reveals you have 3 brains: your head brain, your heart brain, and your gut brain. These 3 brains are like an orchestra with billions of neurons working together to create a harmonic symphony. This intricate relationship between these 3 brains impacts your mental, emotional, and physical health. The 3 Brain Supplements from Natural Factors is a bold new innovation in mental health. It provides a whole-body approach to balance brain health and well-being. Start with the 3 Brains Total Kit, which includes 5 supplements that are essential for 3 brain health. The kit provides foundational support for all 3 of your brains. Then, depending on your unique needs, choose from Higher Thoughts to enhance brain performance, Mental Sunshine for healthy mood balance, Serene Mind to relieve stress-related fatigue, or The Best Sleep for restful sleep. Learn more at 3brainshealth.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. Way too often, dietary supplements cost way too much. Not so at Vitamin Discount Center. Here's why. VDC sells leading national brands up to 50% off MSRP every day. Competitors' prices are matched for identical products with proof of price. If you're in the military or are a first responder, you get an additional 10% off BDC's already discounted prices. BDC even offers case discounts. And you can get connected with BDC's VIP mobile text program for additional savings and customer rewards throughout the month. The choice is clear. You can save at Vitamin Discount Center. For a store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Flora, 100 years of herbal wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Only a little over a quarter of the general population, adults 20 years of age and older, are at a healthy weight. These are statistics, they're abstractions of reality. I understand that. Think of this nation. My guest today, Dominic Ostrander, has been alluding to the paradoxes that are flying around and the ironies that are flying around all over in the ether relative to this problem. As I said yesterday, if somebody came from another planet and just tracked the marketing for fitness, and weight loss and this and that, they would conclude, man, these people are in great shape. They're thin, they're working out, everything's great, No, that's the irony. And she's right. Dominique made the point. There's so much information, but the condition keeps getting worse. Yeah, it's not just about information. People don't know what to do with the information. They misunderstand, they misuse, they misapply, and they don't have the know-how. That's hopefully where this show can come in. I want to give you a chance to expand upon what you meant. I said we are obsessed with weight loss, and you said we are obsessed with food. Welcome back, Dominique. Explain what you mean.
Well, I mean that we're obsessed with, there's more food shows now and things about food and food magazines and food journals and all of these things about recipes and where to go and food apps and calories. I mean, just you name it. There's just this universe that surrounds food. And we never had that before.
Why do you think that's a bad idea?
Because like you were saying, that there is no translation into action. There's no... Okay, so on one hand, I think it makes it okay. I think because of our obsession with food, I think it somehow sends a message on a subconscious level that sends an approval message to everyone that might be struggling with their weight. Well, there's all this food stuff available. There's all these TV shows and all this stuff available about food, and this is the best sandwich you'll ever eat, and this is the best salad you'll ever have, and this is the best burger, and all this, that it sort of sends this okay. It's okay to eat it. It's okay to to indulge.
So in other words,
does that make sense?
Well, yes, I get your drift here, and you're talking about context. We have created a context that seems to inspire unhealthy eating. Some of the things that you mentioned, I don't think are all that bad. I like the food shows.
I don't think food.
I like those food shows. I liked Anthony Bourdain. I loved Anthony Bourdain. I love those chef shows. I even like diners, drive-ins, and dives. Even that food show I like. Not that it's all that healthy, but I learned from it. I think what I was getting at, we're obsessed with the wrong kind of food. That's the
But
problem.
I think that all contributes. So in other words,
Oh, I
when
agree.
you're watching Diners and Drives or whatever that show is, and they're showing you...
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
There you go. Okay, so when you're watching that show and he's trying, like the best brisket sandwich in, North Dakota. Okay,
Or ribs.
whatever.
Or ribs. Ribs or burgers.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he's done all those kind of
Exactly.
shows. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're watching that, and let's say you're somebody that doesn't have your discipline when it comes to food.
Well,
It's a whole different experience watching that show.
yes. I get what you're saying. In other words, it's our obsession with food. It's everywhere. It's sort of, you're right, implicitly sending a message that it's okay to eat this stuff. Have at it. I get what you're saying. I get it. But I think educating the population about food is a good idea. It's our obsession with processed food. It's our obsession with foods that make us addicted in ways that are killing us, diseasing our bodies, organ systems. One part of the body that, and some people don't make this connection, I know you do, weight gain and your microbiome. There is an inextricable connection, and it's kind of ironic because eating all this food, you got to digest it, then it's got to be absorbed, then it's got to be assimilated into the cells. But that digestive system is at the no pun intended, it's at the heart of the matter, not your heart, but your gut. And so the microbiome is sideways. It's being destroyed by the very food that we're eating, and the destruction of the microbiome contributes to weight gain. It's a vicious cycle. That's where probiotics come in. And I know that lately at Jar of Formulas, you've been putting a big push on probiotics, yes?
We have. We've been putting the push more on knowing the science behind it, knowing what kind of product you're choosing to buy for yourself or for your children. We're really trying to do a push, or we are doing a push, that is hopefully educating the consumer on really what to look for and not to be misled, as we always say, that they're masquerading. There are supplement companies, there are marketing companies
Masquerading
as
as
supplement companies.
Yeah, they are.
And they absolutely are. And so we're trying to really differentiate and educate and say, wait a second, this is really what you want to look for. And again, like I've always said, Jar of Formulas has earned bragging rights hand over hand for years and years, just being able to be used in hospitals, being able to be used with preemies. We earn these bragging rights as a complete science-based company. No BS, no misleading marketing claims, no misleading print on anything, on any of our products, especially probiotics. So
Now,
we are as transparent as they come.
What's interesting about what you just said, making that extraordinary effort to do that, and that's what your company and all of those companies really need to do. That should be a necessary condition. I think a lot of it's lost on the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
I think what attracts the consumer is flash and bang marketing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call it, Gary. Flash and bang marketing.
Yeah.
And we live in a time where people's relationship with the truth is elusive, and we see it reflected in the natural products industry. And when you got a lot of flim-flam stuff going on, and probiotics are complicated. So Dominique, will ask her if she can spend a few minutes with us today to talk about these probiotics. You have a huge selection, but quite frankly, it's really small in terms of what really is quality. Jar is right there. Are you tired of being tired? So is a man. without gluten or yeast. Reclaim your energy with Floradix and FloraVital, available at your local health food store. For more information, visit florahealth.com/Floradix. florahealth.com/Floradix.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
The preceding was a commercial program paid for by Let's Talk Nutrition, LLC. The Rays play on Tampa Bay Sports Radio, WDAE. To the wall, let's go! Catch every pitch of Rays baseball in Pasco on 96.7 FM and all over Tampa Bay on 620 AM. Rays up.
Country music news first, straight out of Nashville. It's Kristen's Music City Minute.
He calls it a blessing, but Chris Jansen's Good Vibes is also a lesson for fans who've latched onto the tune's summery sing-along groove.
It's a blessing of a song, really. My favorite part of the song is if you don't have anything good to say, then shut your mouth. That's how I was raised, and that's how a lot of us were raised. And, and as an adult, it rings truer to me than ever. So, especially being a father, you always try to impress upon your kids just to be nice and be nice to one another.
Now, if only we could impress that on grown-ups, too, right? I'm Kristen Gates, and that's your Music City Minute right here on iHeartRadio.
1250 wins, WHNZ, Tampa Bay. Available everywhere you want to listen on our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Real news, real reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We have breaking news from South Haven, Mississippi. There's been a deadly shooting at a Walmart there. Law enforcement sources tell our affiliate WREG-TV 2 people are dead, 2 wounded. Reporter Jarita Patterson is outside the store just south of Memphis, where Walmart workers have been hugging each other and stopping to pray.
You can actually still hear and see them on the phone making calls to their loved ones. They are in tears, folks. This is really hard for anyone to deal with, especially when it happens. In one woman's case, she said it happened just a few feet away from where she was.
President Trump is on his way to Jamestown, Virginia to mark the 400th anniversary of the first legislative meeting in America. Black lawmakers say they'll boycott the event after the president called Baltimore a rat-infested mess. This morning, Mr. Trump doubled down on those comments.
Baltimore is an example of what corrupt government leads to.
Still, the president says he hopes to visit the city when the time is right. The Department of Homeland Security has issued an alert for small planes that could be vulnerable to hacking. Here's correspondent Cammie McCormick.
The worry is someone who could gain access to a small plane could attach a small device to its wiring, which could disrupt its signals. That could affect the plane's systems, but also its communications with airports. This DHS warning will recommend that plane owners restrict access to their aircraft while safeguards can be developed. Aircraft systems are increasingly reliant on networked communications.
Capital One is scrambling to deal with a major hack. The FBI has arrested a former Amazon software engineer accused of exposing personal information for more than 100 million people. Advice from CBS News security analyst Paul Violas.
Make sure that absolutely no one, including yourself unless you justify by using 2 forms of government ID, that no one can gain credit or replicate your identity without written permission.
The FBI says the suspect, Paige Thompson, bragged about the hack online. The bank's stock dipped 6% at the opening of the trading day. An American rapper pleads not guilty in Sweden. A$AP Rocky's trial underway in Stockholm. He's charged with assaulting a 19-year-old in a street fight. The rapper claims it was self-defense. President Trump's offer to post bail was turned down by Sweden's prime minister. No more stuffing your pockets before you leave the hotel. Holiday Inn and Intercontinental are switching from mini bottles of toiletries to bulk size in the name of saving the seas from plastic waste. The Dow is down 63 points in early trading. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
Ever wonder why Europeans seem to speak so many languages? Maybe it's because they use Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Babbel's award-winning technology gets you speaking right away, whether you're learning Spanish, French, or German. And best of all, you'll remember what you've learned.
I always thought I was bad at languages, but after using Babbel, I can tell you I was just taught the wrong way.
Using Babbel's 10 to 15-minute lessons, you can be speaking confidently in your new language within weeks.
I was amazed that I could start having real-life conversations right away. It was so fast. Now I'm speaking Spanish. Woohoo!
No wonder Babbel is the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Try it for yourself and see why Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language, like Spanish, French, or more. You can try Babbel for free. Go to Babbel.com or download the app and try it for free. That's Babbel, Babbel.com, or download the app to try it for free. That's Babbel.com.
Fire up your DVR. It's time for your TV tip-off.
Friday night, Robin Thede, Ashley Nicole Black, Issa Rae, and Gabrielle Dennis star in the variety series A Black Lady Sketch Show, premiering at 11:10 Central on HBO. On Sunday, Thomas Rhett, Kelsey Ballerini, and Bobby Bones host the best of the annual CMA Music Fest, with performers including Lil Nas X with Billy Ray Cyrus and Keith Urban, Brothers Osborne, Carrie Underwood, Brantley Gilbert, Maren Morris, and more. It all starts at 8/7 Central on ABC. Also on Sunday, Dominic Cooper is back in the 4th and final season of the dark comic book adaptation Preacher at 9/8 Central on AMC. And that's your TV tip-off on iHeartRadio.
From the 1250 WHNZ Florida Central Auto Loans Traffic Center.
Main slow westbound on I-4 from the Sound Connector to 275. Have a crash at Howard and Main Street. A wreck reported on the Courtney Campbell Causeway westbound near Rocky Point Drive. The crash blocks 2 southbound lanes on Belcher at 118th Avenue North. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Utica Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line at 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
The following is a commercial program paid for by Let's Talk Nutrition, LLC. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
And what does your gut have to do with weight loss and weight gain? Answer, everything. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Glad you could stop by. your gut, not only in terms of becoming expansive, enlarged, or otherwise, burdened with a lot of visceral fat, but also your gut in terms of what's going on in that environment inside. What is the state of your microbiome? And what can you do about it anyway if you find out or discover that it's in disrepair? And your microbiome, again, I'm doing this series on weight loss, and at some point I'll probably write a piece dealing or include in a piece the issue of the microbiome and weight loss, or maybe more appropriately, weight gain, which is related to weight loss. And there is a connection. There is science. This is not some science fiction theme that I'm proposing here and talking about. And what happens is that lately, the paradoxes. At one time, you couldn't even get a person to say the word probiotic, let alone know what it was. They didn't know. People didn't know what probiotics were. And most people were, whether they realized it or not, were operating using the germ theory. That, all bacteria, viruses, and whatnot, are microorganisms that are deadly and unhealthy. It will kill you. It turns out that there are certain bacteria that are fundamental to life. They're probiotics. They're pro-life. And these bacteria they've been in our relationship, been in a relationship with us and with them for a long time. We've shared a relationship with them. They live on us and inside of us. And a large portion of your health is accounted for by the state of the microbiome. And, do your good bacteria outnumber the pathogenic bacteria? Do you have enough good bacteria? Do you have the right kind of bacteria in your gut? That microbiome probably weighs maybe 4 to 5 pounds. And so at a time, most of you listening and watching the show, your grandparents and your great-grandparents lived in a time when obesity was rare. Overweight was rare. It was the exception rather than the rule. And what has happened in a short span of time, in a matter of decades, things have gotten flipped over. It's now the rule to be overweight or obese and the exception not to be, as being only 28% of adults 20 years of age and older are at a healthy weight. And we keep trying to find pharmaceutical answers to this, all kinds of different therapies, diets, schemes and scams. The weight loss industry is a $59 billion industry. $59 billion a year. That is equivalent to the gross domestic product of 63 countries. And more than what is made, and more than the gross domestic product of Guatemala and a couple of other countries. And what Dominique Ostrander made the point in the early part of the show today, that there's so much information out there which has confused people, and it's not helping, and there's so much attention and focus on food. She made the argument that given all of this obsession with food, we have given sort of permission and a green light to people say, well, if they're all talking about it and it's this prevalent, it must be okay, and everybody's just consuming it left and right. Which is an interesting kind of argument, because I believe that education and information are fundamental and necessary conditions to get people on the right path. But you got to do more. You got to teach them how to apply the information. And that's where things fall apart. But we can focus on the microbiome and weight gain And what you then consequently or conversely, having a healthy microbiome so you don't increase the odds of gaining weight. And that's where probiotics come into play. And Jarrow Formulas has led the charge for a long time, a couple or more decades now, in this probiotic world. They were, Jarrow Rogovan and his colleague, the people that worked for him, the scientists and all the people affiliated with the company, early on, for some reason, I attribute it to Jarrow. Dominique knows more about it than I. He made a commitment to this whole idea of probiotics. I'm going to ask her about that if she has any insight into that. If I interview him again, I'm going to ask him about that. And so now they're on a campaign to educate the consumer about probiotics and what should be on the label or on the box or on the container, whatever, in the marketing, and what does the consumer need to know. So if you have a healthy gut, not only in terms of its size, but also in terms of the bacteria that constitute the microbiome, you are, no pun intended, in better shape. And the aforementioned Dominique Ostrander. Dominique, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Thank you, Dr. Garko. So actually, Jarrow, a long time ago, I heard him telling a story about how, we're going back now to the late 70s, early 80s, where probiotics were just coming out, really. And there was probiotic companies that were launched, but Jarrow was very apprehensive about believing their label claims from the get-go, saying that they contained certain bacteria species of lactobacillus. I think one of them was even supposed to have a lacto and a bifida, and he had it tested. It didn't contain any of the probiotic strains. And so I think that was the birth of his passion about probiotics, because Jarrow Formulas ended up launching the very first multi-strain probiotic in 1986.
And that, I mean, just think about that for a second. He was the first one to do that in 86. And Jarrow's not listening. He doesn't know I'm talking about him. And I don't need to ingratiate myself with him. What's remarkable about that fella, he's not a dietitian. He's not a nutritionist. He has had, as far as I know, no formal training in nutrition. That guy has done more to influence the world of nutrition and dietary supplementation than, you can put him in the top 10 in this industry. And that's what's astonishing. You would expect a dietitian and a nutritionist to be dialed into all that kind of stuff.
Interestingly enough, though, Dr. Garko, in my experience working with dietitians and nutritionists, you would expect them to know a lot more than they actually do. And I'm not slamming all of them, okay? I'm really not. Please, I don't want to get, letters and emails and all of that. But it's surprising how much they don't know. And what they do know is being sold to them by the companies they might as well be selling snake oil.
Well, here's what happens, too. Some of the companies are smart. They hire nutritionists and dietitians, and then those nutritionists and dietitians, instead of speaking truth to power, become co-opted and just start doing the marketing line, right? And I've seen doctors now get hooked up with these supplement companies and sell theirs. They make a deal with Mephistopheles. They make a deal with the devil. They sell their soul to the devil, like Faust did, right? And Faustus sold his soul to Mephistopheles. And that's what some of these dietitians and nutritionists are doing. Probiotics, which ones to take, how do you know, and what to do, Dominique will tell you. Ridgecrest Herbal. Visit rcherbals.com or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad to order the right Clear Lungs product for you. That's 1-800-242-4649.
Is getting a good night's sleep a challenge? Fortunately, there's a superior fast-acting sleep formula called Tranquil Sleep from Natural Factors. This non-habit-forming supplement contains a unique combination of melatonin, 5-HTP, and L-theanine, which works in harmony with your body's natural sleep hormones. Tranquil Sleep can help you fall asleep, stay asleep, sleep sounder, and wake up refreshed, all without feeling drowsy in the morning. The key benefit comes from increasing the time spent in the deeper stages of sleep. It's only in these deeper levels of sleep that we truly experience the rejuvenation, regeneration, and recuperation that sleep provides. Even if you think you get a good night's sleep, give Tranquil Sleep a try. You might be surprised with how much better you've slept by waking up with more energy and enthusiasm to start your day. Learn more at naturalfactors.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. Way too often, dietary supplements cost way too much. Not so at Vitamin Discount Center. Here's why. VDC sells leading national brands up to 50% off MSRP every day. Competitors' prices are matched for identical products with proof of price. If you're in the military or are a first responder, you get an additional 10% off VDC's already discounted prices. VDC even offers case discounts. And you can get connected with VDC's VIP mobile text program for additional savings and customer rewards throughout the month. The choice is clear. You can save at Vitamin Discount Center. For a store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Celsius is a fitness drink which is clinically proven to function. How? As a thermogenic, Celsius proprietary MetaPlus blend accelerates metabolism, increasing your body's ability to burn fat and calories. There are only two ways a body burns fat, through increased heart rate or increased body temperature, thermogenesis. Drinking Celsius and then going into motion is double dipping. You're accelerating the burn and the results are even faster. Celsius is your ultimate fitness partner. No high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors. 100% of 7 essential vitamins. Proven in 6 published university studies. How does it work? Celsius proprietary MetaPlus formula, including green tea with EGCS, ginger, and guarana seed, turns on thermogenesis, a process that boosts your body's metabolic rate. Drinking Celsius prior to fitness activities is proven to energize, accelerate metabolism, burn body fat and calories. Invest in yourself. Drink Celsius. Look for us at www.celsius.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. North American Herb and Spice, wellness for life. Natural Factors, where great health begins. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Katie now knows who Mephistopheles is. So you now know who Mephistopheles is, right?
I do. Usually I learn health news on this show, but I learned something different today.
Yeah. Turns out that Mephisto, is a demon, and was featured in German folklore, and it appears in the literature. I referenced Faustus, Dr. Faustus, in the Faust legend. And so Mephistopheles is a stock and trade of selling your soul to the devil. And that's what many experts in the natural products industry and in the world of health and medicine have done. And instead of speaking truth to power, end up getting co-opted and then becoming spokespeople for these companies, and there's a lot of misrepresentation, and this is happening in the world of probiotics. not only by experts, but by the marketing and whatnot. And so Jaro Formulas has always been, and Jaro Rogaban specific, it's all driven by him, has been very particular about wanting to make sure that the consumer understands exactly what they're taking and why they need to take it and what they need to take and when. The science of probiotics, the science of the microbiome. And so obesity, your microbiome is constituted of bacteria, fungi, viruses, and other microorganisms, right? And that there are 300 to 500 different kinds of bacteria. Remember that these bacteria and all these other microorganisms, these have DNA as well. So what you inherited from your mother's body when she was pregnant influences your microbiome. Your diet, your lifestyle, but your microbiome also influences your metabolism, your mood, your immune system, and so on. And weight gain. Dominique, welcome back. So when you look at all the probiotics from Jaro Formulas, there are a number of choices that people can make. If somebody has never taken a probiotic before and says, I want to start off here, what would you recommend to them to take to start? If they're a first time, this is their first experience with taking a probiotic supplement.
Well, we believe in less is more, but I think there's a backstory here. So I think one of the things that, at least as an educator for Jaro Formulas, that I want to impart on the listener is that there are many different strains within the same probiotic family. So, for example, there are strains of E. coli that are beneficial and obviously some that are not beneficial at all. And so beyond knowing your strains, you also have to understand, does a strain produce folic acid? Does a strain create activity in metabolic pathways? We often use the example of a Chihuahua and a Pit Bull. So, for example, those are both breeds of dogs, and they belong to the genus Canis, and the species is Lupus. But when you look at a Pit Bull and a Chihuahua, they're obviously very different dogs, different mannerisms, different behavior. And that's the same thing about strains. So you can have strains that look the same, that might be in the same genera, but they behave completely differently. Mm-hmm. And so that's one of the things that Jaro Formulas knows and studies, and when we make a product, we don't use what we call cheap filler strains, which are just general strains. There are lactobacilli, there are bifidobacteria that are just general strains. But we use very specific strains that have been proven to have a specific health benefit. And that is a key difference. That is the actual scientific difference between our strains and other companies.
And how you combine those strains.
Correct. And that strain identification, so when we can identify, is this a Pit Bull or is this a Chihuahua, to go along with my metaphor, is that we have strain identification numbers that denote the specific strain with the specific health benefit. So, for example, if you are someone that is suffering from constipation, which is it's in epidemic proportions, which isn't surprising, going back to our original food conversation, because of the lack of fiber in these addictive foods that people are eating, we're having a constipated society. So, Jaro Formulas has, it's been a long time, it's probably been about 10 years, I say. We have a product called Ideal Bowel Support, which is a specific probiotic formulated for hypomotility. There's one strain of bacteria in there. It's a Lactobacillus plantarum 299V. That particular strain has been studied and shown to increase motility. It also has anti-adherence benefits. That strain, and this is another thing that's really important, I'll just take a little side note. A lot of the strains that are in these cheap filler strains have not been studied for antibiotic resistance. And so we're thinking that more is better, while not understanding that it isn't, that we're actually perpetuating an antibiotic-resistant society by taking all of these different bacteria that we actually have no idea what they're doing because they haven't been studied. And this is scary. This is really, really scary.
So, in other words, we have a lot of probiotic products out there that have billions and billions, tens of billions of
That's right.
of these microorganisms in a capsule. And what you're saying is it's not the number, it's what's in the capsule, and are they if you're using more than one strain, do they work and play well together? You don't want the Hatfields and the McCoys in the same capsule, right?
Correct. And so we really want to make sure that a strain can't harbor and pass along antibiotic resistance genes to other bacteria.
And that's what that was my illusion. I'm sorry, that was my allusion to the DNA. They have DNA. When we come back, I'd like you to repeat what you just said. We're headed into some messages at the bottom of the hour. We'll pick up a call from Tampa, and we'll continue.
Don't be stressed out or anxious. Take Hempanol, the only raw CO2.
that will save and mitigate lives and prevent these school tragedies don't get implemented.
Lightning's being blamed for a house fire in Orlando. A man and his 4-year-old son were in the home at the time, but they both made it out okay. The cat is still missing. For Florida's News, I'm Chris Trankman.
From the 1250 WHNZ Florida Central Auto Loans Traffic Center.
Eastern I-4 looks very slow from 557 into Osceola Polk Line Road because of a crash that's been moved off to the side. Still have a wreck southbound on Belcher at 118th Avenue North, blocking a couple of lanes. And southbound US 19 has a crash in a turn lane at Flora Avenue. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Edward Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line at 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Ever wanted to speak another language? Babbel can get you confidently speaking Spanish, French, or German within weeks.
I just started learning Spanish with Babbel, and it's really helping my pronunciation.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas? Haha, I got it! I wish I had tried Babbel sooner.
See why Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language. Go to Babbel.com or download the app and try it for free. That's Babbel, Babbel.com to try for free.
Today we decided to walk to school. The right counted. 15, 14, 41, 31, 13. We took a left on Carroll Street. Danny's smart, but he gets distracted. I realized he forgot his homework. I hope he doesn't have another bad day at school.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org. Brought to you by Understood and the Ad Council.
From the 1250 WHNZ Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center. Rely on Rude.
Your Tampa Bay forecast, mostly sunny and hot with a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 92. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 78. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a 30% rain chance with a high 92. For more news, weather, and traffic, tune to WFLA at 94.5 in St. Pete, 105.9 in Tampa, or 99.1 in Newport Richey.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Gordon Deal here. If you listen to This Morning, America's First News, weekday mornings on 1250 WHNZ, and hopefully you do, you may have noticed you're hearing more of Jennifer Kashenka. Jen, why is that?
Gordon, I'm the morning anchor of Your Money Now on 1250 WHNZ. We update news that affects the markets and, of course, your money at 23 past the hour during This Morning with Gordon Deal.
Your Money Now, weekday mornings on 1250 WHNZ.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Ridgecrest Herbals, take your health to a higher elevation. Ancient Nutrition, nutrition for a modern world. Reviva Labs, the natural skincare authority. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
We are obsessed, as my guest said today, at one point, Dominic Ostrander, we are obsessed with food. I would tag on to that. We are obsessed with processed and ultra-processed foods. Know this, a study from the National Institutes of Health, they conducted the study, and they looked at people eating ultra-processed foods and processed foods in this experiment or in this study. And those who ate ultra-processed foods ate more calories and gained more weight than when they ate a minimally processed diet. This is really interesting stuff. Ultra-processed means these are foods that have ingredients found in industrial food manufacturing, such as hydrogenated oil, high fructose corn syrup, flavoring agents, and emulsifiers. What was interesting in this study, everybody ate the same amount of calories, sugars, fiber, fat, and carbohydrate, and they could eat as much as they want. The only difference is that one had they were eating processed food, the other one was eating ultra-processed food. On the ultra-processed diet, people ate 500 calories more a day than they did on the unprocessed diet. They also ate faster on the ultra-processed diet and gained weight, whereas they lost weight on the unprocessed diet, where they didn't have those ingredients that I mentioned, high fructose corn syrup, flavoring agents, emulsifiers, hydrogenated oils, and none of that. It wasn't even processed. It was totally unprocessed. But ultra-processed is even more deleterious and addictive. Dominique, welcome back. So we have a caller. He wants to ask you about probiotics. Let's take the call because he's been waiting, and then we'll continue. Del, welcome to the show. You had a question for Dominique Ostrander.
Yes, I do. And how are you doing, Doc?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Dominic, previous shows you have mentioned 299Z, and I found that in your products. And there was another one that you mentioned that's got a 4 in it. I can't find that. I was wondering if you would repeat what that one was and what it's for.
Which product are you inquiring about? Your signal broke up.
The one that's got a 4 number. The 299V I've found, and I've got about 3 of your products here, and I don't see anything with a 4 in it.
You have a probiotic with a
number that she gave before when she was highlighting the particular one or what it was for.
All right, let's see if we can find out. Do you have any probiotic strain with a number 4 in it?
We do. We have our Lactobacillus rhodori RC14. There's a bifidobacteria, Bifidolactis B104. There's even a Lactobacillus acidophilus LA14. I don't know. It's kind of like, that's a really hard question.
Yeah. So there are several choices there. Yeah, there's several choices there, Del. The number 4 is used, but it could be a 14, it could be a 24 or 44. It's hard to know.
Yeah, okay. I just couldn't remember which number it was and what she was highlighting. This was, like I say, on a previous show.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
Because I haven't seen it on the...
It might have been the Femdophilus.
What was the Femdophilus? What was the Femdophilus, Dominique?
Well, Femdophilus has the rhodori RC14. So...
I know you talked about that on a previous show.
Yeah.
And that's for women. Since you brought it up quickly, what is that intended to do?
So our Femdophilus is used in the prevention of chronic UTIs, yeast infections, adjuvant therapy for bacterial vaginosis, and that is 2 strains, 2 patented and clinically tested strains, GR1 and RC14.
Yeah. So that's the best we can do to help you with the number 4. Del.
Sounds like it.
What you can do is go to Jaro.com, click on probiotics, and you will see all of the different SKUs and they have the information there, the strain numbers and all that, and that might trigger your memory.
Thank you. Sounds like a good idea.
All right, man. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So I'm trying to remember where you were when we left off.
Well, we're talking about antibiotic resistance.
Okay, yeah, and that these companies are loading up these products with billions and billions and billions of different strains that may not work and play well together. They're filler, what you call filler strains. They're not specific, and that's no way to buy a probiotic. You do more harm than good. So a beginner, again, the question is a beginner. On this, first-time user of a probiotic, relatively normal person, in quotes, their digestive system is okay, their diet is so-so. What would you recommend?
I would recommend either if they wanted a shelf-stable or if they minded a refrigerated probiotic, but I love our original Jarodophilus, and that's $3.4 billion. That was the very first multi-strain probiotic in 1986. Ever made, manufactured, and sold. And then I also like our Jarodophilus EPS, which is 8 documented strains, 5 billion per capsule. And again, Jaro Formulas was the very first to market with the very first enteric-coated probiotic, which is our EPS, and that's shelf-stable. So I like the 5 billion. I really believe that less is more, that start out with less, you can always add, but you can't take away. So if one Tylenol cures your headache, why take 2?
Yeah, or why not take the whole bottle, and then you end up, getting your stomach pumped.
Right.
In some studies now, they have looked at the gut microbiome of obese people and non-obese, and not overweight, regular weight, healthy weight people. And what they discover is that the gut microbiome is different for obese people compared to normal weight people. That it's the obese people, the gut microbiome is more out of balance, more unhealthy, which is how interesting this is. There are a lot of reasons for that, where you increase the risk for pathogenic bacteria to dominate rather than having good bacteria. The diet, if you're eating a highly processed or ultra-processed diet, you're not getting enough fiber in your diet. Fiber feeds the bacteria, right, Dominique?
Right, and we know, so there are certain environmental things that we know that really affect the microbiome. So how varied a person's diet is huge. And varied, like when we say eat your fruits and vegetables, so not only are we talking about for weight control, but we are talking about for microbiome health. because the more varied and colorful your diet is, and I don't mean colorful by the boxes that you're eating out of, I mean by fruits and vegetables. We know that it creates a more diverse environment in your intestines or in your microbiome of healthy commensal bacteria, good bacteria, proliferation of good bacteria. How often you exercise also.
And your sleep and how much stress, and we'll continue.
Want to get at the core?
The wisdom of nature with Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter. Zyflamend is a 10-herb blend that delivers 3 health benefits. First, Zyflamend is an herbal approach to pain relief, helping to soothe minor pain or soreness. Second, Zyflamend is a joint supplement with time-tested herbs to support joint function and flexibility. And the third benefit, Zyflamend supports the body's healthy inflammation response, something that's essential for maintaining whole body health. Zyflamend is New Chapter's clinically tested blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, ginger, and green tea. Zyflamend is non-GMO, project verified, gluten-free, and 100% vegetarian. New Chapter is a leader in supplement quality. Every ingredient, every product, every time. Discover Zyflamend, New Chapter's #1 selling multi-herbal. Zyflamend is made with ginger for occasional pain relief after exercise. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Have you been putting off a cleanse? They can be harsh and leave you chained to the toilet, making for an overall unpleasant experience. Rethink your cleanse with Fluorescence, a daily cleanse that helps safely and gently detoxify your body. Unlike other detoxes that can be hard on the body, Fluorescence supports your body's natural processes, helping it to work more efficiently than it could on its own. The truth is your body is really good at cleansing, but due to the number of toxins we're exposed to, it can use a little daily support. Inspired by traditional Obijue formula, Fluorescence is made with 8 herbs: burdock root, watercress, sheep sorrel herb, slippery elm, rhubarb root, kelp, blessed thistle, and red clover blossom. These herbs work together to support multiple elimination pathways, gently helping your body's detox systems do what they were made to do, only better. Forget harsh extreme cleanses and cleanse happy. Try Fluorescence for gentle daily cleansing that leaves you feeling rejuvenated. Find Fluorescence at your local health food store. For more information, visit florahealth.com.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Flora, 100 years of herbal wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Michael Garko.
And here's the LTN Health question of the day. Talking with Dominique Ostrander today about weight gain and its connection to the microbiome. We know that when the microbiome is sideways, where you have pathogenic bacteria outnumbering the good bacteria, when you're doing we talked about a lot of things that affect that microbiome. I'm trying to give the set up for the question without giving the answer away here. And we know for sure now, the science tells us that a microbiome that is out of balance leads to weight gain. We find out that obese people, the bacteria in the gut tend to extract more energy from food. You have more energy, that's calories, it means you gain more weight, among other things that's going on here with this correlation between an unhealthy microbiome and weight gain. They affect each other. The more weight you gain, the more it affects the microbiome. The more the microbiome is affected, the more weight you gain. It's a vicious downward spiral. Here's the question. Which of the following affects the microbiome? Dietary composition and calorie intake? B, antibiotic use? C, mode of delivery during childbirth? Or D, all of the above? Which of the following affects the microbiome? It creates alterations in the gut microbiota. Dietary composition and calorie intake, antibiotic use, or mode of delivery during childbirth? Or is it the case that all of those factors affect the microbiome?
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
Dominique, welcome back. So you mentioned the Gyrodophilis and then the Gyrodophilis EPS.
I had a question. So do you have a probiotic that you could take? I'm really nervous right now with everybody getting sick overseas in the Dominican Republic and anything. When I go on vacation, is there anything I can take that may make the food and drinks a little easier to partake in?
In other words, she's concerned about is getting sick.
Yeah, I don't want to get sick.
Right, yeah.
Nobody wants to get sick on vacation.
Yeah. Saccharomyces boulardii, 25, even now it's going on 30 years, was used in the prevention of traveler's diarrhea. So when you went to your doctor, he would write you a prescription for Saccharomyces boulardii, but now it's available OTC. Jarrow Formulas makes the Saccharomyces boulardii that you would want to take 1 capsule a day for about 5 days before you leave for your trip. Take one every day while you're traveling, and then just for a couple days when you get home. And that should most definitely support your health while you're traveling.
Okay.
You have a lot of people take it before they go on church missions and, all that kind of thing where they're going to be exposed to
better safe than sorry
that their body is.
So Saccharomyces boulardii would not be a product you take all the time. It would be especially if you think you're going to be vulnerable to food poisoning, drinking contaminated water, and the like.
You can take Sac-B every day if you have a chronic diarrhea type condition.
Oh.
There are lots of patients that do take Sac-B every day and actually do quite well with it. The latest studies with Sac-B are surrounding skin, like cystic acne, chronic dermatitis, things like that, where you're in a pro-inflammatory condition with your skin.
Interesting. Health question of the day. Which of the following affects the gut microbiome or the microbiota? Dietary composition, what you eat and how much you eat, that would be dietary composition and calorie intake. B, antibiotic use. C, mode of delivery during childbirth. Or D, all of the above. Give us a call at 877-897-8255 and win a $25 supplement gift card with the right answer. Okay, that was a good question and a good answer. That's a nice summer traveler's tip going to different parts of the country or world. Saccharomyces boulardii. You have strains that have more than 4 or 5 billion rather than with the EPS. Which ones do you have that have like 15 billion count in them?
So we have as high as we go is our Ultra Gyrodophalis 50 billion. That's as high as we go. And it's an ultra probiotic with gel-forming matrix, and that perpetuates gut transit protection.
Who would take that? Who would take that 50 billion product?
I would say somebody that's on chronic antibiotic use, somebody like, for example, on antibiotic treatment for Lyme disease, for example. It's not, I think somebody that really just wants a daily probiotic, I would say that this would be too much. It's too much.
Too much.
And again, it's too much. And a lot of times when people say that they're taking probiotics from other companies that have 100 billion or 200 billion, that is asterisk, meaning that there's little asterisks by there that say and qualify that at the time of manufacturing, so that's not actually the amount that they're getting at the time that they're taking that capsule.
Right. Because these organisms they live and die, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Let's go to St. Petersburg, Florida. Eleanor is in St. Petersburg, Florida. Eleanor, welcome to the show. Hi, Eleanor. Don't know where she is. We'll find her. She's in the ether somewhere. This bit, it's a blessing. And it's feast or famine when it comes to probiotics. There was a time nobody would talk about them. You couldn't get somebody to talk about probiotics at gunpoint. One, because they didn't know anything about them. Two, they didn't know how to talk about them. So I don't know. Now, there's so much information about probiotics, and it's a mess. It's totally a mess. Which caller should I take first? Eleanor. Eleanor in St. Petersburg. Eleanor, welcome to the show.
I'm here.
What's the answer? Which of the following affect? What is it? All of the above?
Yes.
Okay. Congratulations. You won a $25 supplement gift card, Eleanor. Thank you. Dominique, thank you too today. One more probiotic recommendation for the listener and viewer?
I love our Gyrodophalis for women. I think that's a great probiotic. I mean, granted, it's for urovaginal health, but it's truly outstanding.
Called Femdophalis, right? Femdophalis?
Well, we have Femdophalis, but the Gyrodophalis for women.
Gyrodophalis for women. That's the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go to Gyro.com. All those products are listed there. Remember, your gut microbiome, we now know it's connected to weight gain. It can be connected to weight loss if it's healthy. Do the things that Dominique recommended today. Your health is your wealth. Your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves